You catch yourself turning away from the mirror first thing in the morning. Those yellow stains on your teeth make you feel every single one of your years. I see you. You brush longer than anyone else. You've tried the expensive strips and the fancy toothpastes. The stains still won't budge. But what if the real problem isn't your brushing at all? None of this is your fault. You followed every single thing the dentist ever told you. Here's what they never told you. Western dentists have known about a $2 fix since 1968. They buried it. The creams, the lasers, and the monthly whitening plans pay them way too well. Meanwhile, high in the Himalayas, the old healers have used this exact method for centuries. They never hid it from their people. The story the dentist sold you is simple. Yellow teeth just happen when you get older, drink coffee, or eat the wrong foods. They told you to accept it, so you started blaming yourself. You smile smaller when the grandkids run up for a hug. You laugh quieter at family dinners so no one notices. You skip the photos altogether and tell yourself it's just vanity, but deep down it hurts. Here's the promise I want you to hold right now. In 2 short minutes, using something you can make for about $2, those yellow stains can start lifting away. You will see the change in your own bathroom mirror tonight. Not in weeks, not after another expensive appointment. Tonight. The real you has been waiting, but the story you have been living inside, the one the dentists gave you, is the wrong one. And the real story is going to surprise you in the best way possible. Let me show you exactly what is happening inside your mouth right now. Picture your teeth like the smooth stones sitting at the bottom of a clear mountain stream. Over the years, that stream gets a little cloudy. Tiny particles settle deep into the tiny grooves and pores of the enamel, exactly the way silt builds up on river rocks. The expensive strips and pastes you've tried only scrub the very top layer. They never reach down into those grooves where the real staining lives. That is why the yellow always comes back no matter what you do. But the old healers high in the Himalayas understood this decades before Western dentists started hiding the simple answer. They saw that the enamel itself is not the enemy. It is porous by nature, and the acids in coffee, tea, and processed foods open those tiny pores wider every single day. Then the pigments settle in like stubborn mud that no surface scrub can touch. Brushing harder or using stronger chemicals just scratches the surface and sometimes even weakens the enamel over time. But the $2 paste the healers have passed down for centuries works completely differently. It uses a gentle, natural abrasive that actually lifts the stain from inside those pores without harming the tooth at all. It also carries a thin layer of protective oil that seals the enamel afterwards so new stains literally have nowhere to stick. That is the reframe that changes everything. It is not that your teeth are permanently stained because you are older. It is that the modern world has been coating them in a way the old ways have always known exactly how to clear. And once you see it working in your own mirror tonight, you'll never look at your smile the same way again. I have watched this exact pattern play out in hundreds of people who came to me over the years. Every year you leave it unaddressed, those grooves get a little deeper and the body has a harder time clearing them on its own. It is the quiet kind of change that does not announce itself until one day you realize the smile you see in the mirror is not the one you remember. And that realization hits harder than you expect. I want to tell you about one person who lived exactly what you are living right now. Her name was Eleanor. She was 68 years old, a retired school librarian from Portland, Oregon. Eleanor used to read stories aloud to her grandchildren every Sunday afternoon. She loved the way their faces lit up when she did the voices. But over the last few years, she started reading with her mouth almost closed. The yellow stains had made her so self-conscious that she would turn her head slightly when she smiled for photos. She tried every whitening kit the drugstore sold and even went back to her dentist 3 times. Each time they offered her another expensive treatment and told her it was just part of getting older. She believed them and blamed herself for not brushing better. One day she heard about the old ways and decided to try the simple paste I'm about to give you. She mixed it that same evening. 2 minutes later, she looked in the mirror and actually gasped. The stains were already noticeably lighter. Within a week, her teeth looked brighter than they had in years. She started reading to her grandchildren again with her full smile. She told me the best part wasn't even the brighter color. It was the moment she looked in the mirror and actually smiled back at herself instead of turning away. For the first time in years, she felt like the woman her grandchildren knew. Confident, warm, fully present. And that feeling hit her so hard, she had tears in her eyes, right there in her bathroom. That is what the old healers have been giving people for centuries. And it is exactly what I am going to show you how to make tonight so you can have the same experience. Here is exactly how you make the $2 paste, and use it the same way the Himalayan healers have done for generations. You will need only three things you can grab at any grocery store for less than $2 total. First, ordinary baking soda, not the fancy kind, just the plain box from the baking aisle. Second, a small jar of coconut oil, the solid white kind that stays firm at room temperature. And third, a tiny pinch of regular table salt, or, if you have it, a bit of Himalayan pink salt for the exact minerals the old healers always included. That is literally it. But here is where it gets interesting. Start with a small, clean bowl. Take 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Add half a teaspoon of coconut oil. If the oil is hard, just warm it for 10 seconds in your hand first so it softens perfectly. Then add just a small pinch of salt, no more than what would fit on the tip of your finger. Mix everything together with a spoon until it forms a smooth, thick paste that looks and feels exactly like a gentle toothpaste, not too runny and not too dry. If it feels a little thick, add another tiny drop of coconut oil. That is all there is to it. The baking soda gives you the gentle scrubbing power that actually reaches inside the pores without scratching the enamel. The coconut oil carries that scrubbing power deep into every groove and then leaves behind a thin protective layer that keeps new stains from ever settling again. And the pinch of salt adds the natural minerals the healers believed helped balance the mouth's chemistry for the long term. But the real magic happens when you use it the right way. And I'm about to show you exactly how so you can see the difference in your own mirror tonight. Wet your toothbrush with a little water. Scoop up a small amount of the paste, about the size of a pea. Brush your teeth gently in small circles for 2 full minutes. Pay special attention to the front teeth where the yellow shows most. You do not need to scrub hard. The paste does the work. After 2 minutes, spit it out, but do not rinse right away. Let the protective oil sit on your teeth for another 30 seconds. Then rinse with plain water. That is it. Do this once a day, preferably at night before bed for the first 7 days. Most people see a visible difference after the very first use. By day 3 or 4, the stains start lifting away like fog clearing from a mountain lake. After a week, you can drop down to 2 or 3 times a week to maintain the brightness. The people who come to me and follow this exactly tell me the same thing every time. They say their teeth feel smoother, almost polished. They notice the color change first thing in the morning when they look in the mirror and actually smile instead of turning away. One older gentleman told me it felt like he had taken 10 years off his face without spending a dime on fancy treatments. These are not dramatic claims. They are the quiet, real results I have seen again and again. What you just learned is the fast, gentle way to lift the stains that have been bothering you. It works tonight, and it will keep working as long as you use it. But if you have ever wondered why those stains kept coming back no matter what you tried, or why they seemed to get a little worse every year, stay with me for the next few minutes. This is exactly what I tell the people who sit across from me when they want the change to last for years instead of weeks. Over the years, I have noticed the exact same pattern in everyone who comes to me with teeth that refuse to stay bright. The stains you see are only the surface sign. Underneath is a quiet imbalance in the mouth's natural chemistry, the same way a garden gets overrun with weeds when the soil underneath is tired and depleted. And that imbalance almost always traces straight back to the gut. The mouth and the gut talk to each other every single day through the foods we eat and the bacteria we carry. When the gut is not fed the living bacteria and the fiber it desperately needs, it sends signals that weaken the mouth's defenses. The enamel becomes more porous. Stains settle more easily. The simple paste quiets the surface beautifully, and many of you will be thrilled with just that. But for the ones who want the brightness to stay and the mouth to feel truly healthy and strong again, we also feed the gut exactly the way the old healers have always done for generations. And that makes all the difference. The gut needs 3 simple things to steady everything it sends up to the mouth. It needs good living bacteria. It needs the fiber those bacteria love to eat. And it needs the healing compounds those bacteria make once they are well fed. For generations, the old Himalayan healers have used a simple fermented drink that delivers all 3 at once. It is the one thing I give alongside the paste to the people who want the longest lasting, brightest results. When the gut is fed properly, the imbalance steadies. When the imbalance steadies, the stains stop returning the way they have been for years. These are the ones who keep their bright, confident smile for the rest of their lives, not just a few weeks. If you are finding this helpful and you want the exact same support I give the people who come to see me in person, I make my own kombucha at home because I have the time and the knowledge. But for everyone watching online who can't brew their own, I give BoochBod Kombucha Gummies. The link is in the description, or you can search BoochBod Kombucha Gummies on Amazon. They deliver the living bacteria, the prebiotic fiber, and the healing compounds your gut has been asking for, all in one easy daily gummy. Thousands of people are already using them together with the paste and telling me the difference is night and day. Eleanor from Portland called me last month. She said she is back to reading stories to her grandchildren with the biggest, brightest smile they have seen in years. She does the paste every few nights and the gummies every single morning. She told me she finally feels like the woman she remembers looking back at her in the mirror, confident, warm, and fully alive again. That same road is wide open to you right now. It is never too late. The body at 65, at 75, even at 80, still knows exactly how to heal when you finally give it what it has been quietly asking for all along. It has been waiting for. Go make that $2 paste tonight. Grab the gummies if you want the results to last. Watch what happens in your own mirror. You deserve to smile big again. I'll see you in the next video where I show you the exact morning routine the healers use to keep their energy high and their bodies strong well into their 90s. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Your brighter smile and the confidence that comes with it is waiting.